राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरो वनचारि यमुना तीरो हरि राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे जय श्री राधा माधव गौनिताय की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायण नमस्कृतं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायसु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भागवतरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैतिके कृष्णे स्वधाम भगवते अज्ञानाधीशकलो नष्टदिशानोदुतः भागवतम Arkanto chapter 31st and verse number 6. क्रीमी भीक्षत सर्वांग सौकुमार्यात् प्रतीक्षणम् मूर्छामाप्नोतु क्लेशात् तत्रैतैक्षुदितैर्मुहुः क्रीमिभीक्षत सर्वांग सौकुमार्यात् प्रतीक्षणम् मूर्छामाप्नोतु क्लेशात् तत्रैक्षुदितैर्मुहुः क्रीमिभीक्षत सर्वांग सौकुमार्यात् प्रतीक्षणम् मूर्छामाप्नोतु क्लेशात् तत्रैक्षुदितैर्मुहुः सर्वांग सौकुमार्यात् प्रतीक्षणम् मूर्छामाप्नोतु क्लेशात् तत्रैक्षुदितैर्मुहुः क्रीमिभीक्षत सर्वांग सौकुमार्यात् प्रतीक्षणम् Mritamapnuturu klesa tapete chudite muhu Hindi katarvanga Sabu maya katarvanga Mritamapnuturu klesa tapete chudite muhu Kare jadam Mritamapnuturu klesa Krimi bhi by worms Khepa written Sarvanga all over the body. Saukumariyat because of tenderness. Prati Chenam, moment after moment. Murtham, unconsciousness. Apnoti, he obtains. Uru Klesa, whose suffering is great. Tatra, Tatrateyi, being there in the domain. Suditai, hungry. Muhu, again and again. Obsession and purport by His Divine Grace Karanaram the Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki bitten again and again all over the body by the hungry worms in the abdomen itself. The child suffers terrible agony because of his tenderness. He thus becomes unconscious moment after moment because of the terrible condition. Purpose. The miserable condition of material existence is not only felt when he come out of the womb of the mother, but is also present within the womb. Miserable life being from the moment the living entity began to contact his material body. Unfortunately, we forgot this experience and do not take the miseries of birth very seriously. In Bhagavad Gita, therefore, it is especially it is specifically mentioned that one should be very alert to understand the specific difficulties of birth and death. Just as during the formation of of this body, we have to pass through so many difficulties within the womb of the mother. At the time, at the time of death, there are also many difficulties. Described in the previous chapter, one has to transmigrate from from one body to another body. And the transmigration into the bodies of dogs and hogs is especially miserable. But despite such miserable condition, due to the spell of Maya, we forgot everything and became enamored by the present so-called happiness, which is described as actually no more than a contraction to despair. Oh my God, Sachuromitanoena Kasmi नमो विष्णुराय कृष्णकृष्णाय वरदराज भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे जय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे This is the terrible condition of the living entity inside the womb of mother, a very, very darkest place, and where is stool, urine over there, and lots of worms bitten by this, very soft body of the living entity. So very, very terrible. And they pray at that time, my Lord, I don't want to come through this womb again. I want to do something. They just crying at that moment. But after when they come out and then they will forget all the things by the spell of Maya. Maya Devi is so strong. Faith also is biggest forgetfulness. Everybody has forgetfulness is there, but death is the biggest forgetful. So they forget the previous life things, and even though the distress and terrible condition of the within the womb, that is also he forgot. So miserable condition. And then after missing this, very rarely getting this body, and then I have to suffer with the different varieties of body, four sense gratification. To desire that, and that missing that once, and go through the 804 million pieces of the life. Have to go through. Now seven. पट्टु तिष्ठितो उष्ण लवण रुच्छाम्लादिभिरुल्बणै मातृभुक्तैश्रूपस्पृष्ट्वा सर्वाङ्गोत्थितवेदना Mataji. Going to the mother's eating bitter, pungent, stop. Her food which is too salty or too sour. The body of the child incessantly suffers pain which are almost intolerable. Suppose. All descriptions of the child's body situation in the womb of the mother are, are beyond our conception. It is very difficult to remain in such a position, but still the child has to remain because his consciousness is not very developed. The child can tolerate it, otherwise he would die. That is the benediction of Maya, who endows the suffering body with the qualifications for tolerating such terrible torture. So, with the pregnant women, they should know this fact, and they have to control their tongue because at that time, lots of the women they want to eat like those types of things because of their hormone of the body is going to change. So they want to different things like amla, pitta, that means sour, salty, and spicy. They love very hard to control with them. They are not thinking about the baby. Who is not thinking about the baby should be read this verse. Ulvena samvtastasmin अन्यत्रैश्च वैरावृतः आस्ते कृत्वा शिरः पुच्छौ भुग्नपृष्ठशिरोधर. Placed within the amnion and covered outside by the intestine. The child remains lying on one side of the abdomen, his head turned towards his belly, and his back and neck arched like a bow. How long we can sit like that? Talking over here, the this translation. How long we can sit? The baby posture, the womb of the mother. How long we can sit? Very, very tiny time. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, not more than. If a grown man were put into such a condition as a child within the abdomen, completely entangled in all respects, it would be impossible for him to live even for a few seconds. Unfortunately, we forgot all this suffering and try to be happy in this life, not caring for the liberation of the soul from the entanglement of birth and death. It is an unfortunate civilization in such these matters are no plainly discussed to make people understand the precarious condition of material existence. 9. अकल्प स्वांग चेष्टायां सकुंत इव पंजरे तत्र लब्ध स्मृतिर्दैवात् कर्म जन्म सतुतभवम् स्मरन् दीर्घमनुश्वासं कर्म किं नाम विन्दते. The child thus remains just like a bird in a cage, without freedom of movement. At that time, if the child is fortunate, he can remember all the troubles of his past 100 births, and he grieves wretchedly. So what is the possibility of peace of mind in that kind? किसी को याद में आया क्या बता रहे हैं? 9 नंबर की वर्ष आप लोग कौन सी चैप्टर में हैं? Purpose. After birth, the child may forget about the difficulties of his past life. But when we are grown up, we can at least understand the previous torture undergone at birth and death by reading the authorized scripture like Srimad Bhagavatam. If we do not believe in the scripture, that is a different question. But if we have faith in the authority of such description, then we must prepare for our freedom in the next life. That is possible in this human form of life. One who does not take heeds of this indication of suffering in human existence is said to be the undoubtedly committing suicide. It is said that this human this human form of life is the only means for crossing over the nesciences of Maya. The science of Maya or material existence. We have a very efficient boat in this human form of body, and there is a very expert captain, the spiritual master. The spiritual injunction are like favorable winds. If we do not cross over the oceans of the science of Maya, of material existence in spite of all these facilities, then certainly we are all intentionally committing suicide. Atmaha. After reading these verses and understanding the painful condition of the living entities if they have not elevated themselves for higher thought and a higher planetary system, and I mean in the spiritual world, and they have to follow. They have to go through this suffering. Committing sinful activities have to go to hellish planet, different types of sinful activities and different types of hell. And then after passing through the varieties of hellish life, and they come to the ignorant life like animal life, and then after they come to the human life. Very rarely they are getting this body. And Tatrapi Durlabam. Durlabam Manasam Dehe Dehinam Chanabangura. Very rarely we will get this body and Dehinam Chanabangura. This life like the bubble of the water. Anytime it will be finished. So Tatrapi Durlabam Manne. Very rarely will get this body and very rarely Vaikuntham Priyadarshana. We will get the assistance, get the chance to assist with the devotee of the Lord Vaikuntha. So with getting this opportunity, they don't have to miss it out and have to follow strictly rules and regulation, and then they don't have to go through all these precarious conditions. Right? What to say? Yes, precarious conditions of the material existence. Otherwise, very painful. And here also one thing is there. It's from Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto. This verse. Nirdeha matram sulabam sudurlabam. And Nava Soreditam Vivitasaye Jo Saatmaha, which not following this Nirdeha Matram. And Guru is the captain of the ship. This body like the boat. And favorable wind is the scripture to help us for understand the who is the captain. The Guru is the captain, and we just drive our this boat. And if we are not accept the Guru and Shastra, and then that is called Atmaha. The Atmaha. Atmaha means self-killer, suicider. In the spiritual world like that. That is the actual suicide. Because this body for idam sariram khalu dharma sadhanam. This body for the sadhana, for austerity. So we have to understand this thing. Crossing over the missions of Maya material existence, we have a very efficient board in this human form of body, and there is a very expert captain, the spiritual master, and the spiritual junctions are like favorable wind. If we do not cross over the oceans of the designs of material existence, in spite of all these facilities, certainly, then certainly we are all intentionally committing suicide. So this is the conclusion. If we don't want to come again this precarious condition of material existence, we have to think about this one. This is all for our remembrance because we didn't remember anything. I do not know anything within my mother what happened with me. I do not know. But by Shastra we can know. Here Kapila Dev, Lord himself talking about that. He is also inside the womb of mother, but he is not a cause of the bitten by these wombs all the things. He is Lord himself. He is not affected by them any material things. Now go to the text, verse number 10. आरभ्य सप्तमानमास लब्ध बोधोयोपि देपित नैकात्रस्ति सुतावातैर्पिष्टा भूरिवसोदरा. Thus, endowed with the development of consciousness from the seventh month after his conception, the child is tossed downward by the air that press the embryo during the week preceding delivery. Like the worms born of the same filthy abdominal cavity, he cannot remain in one place. Purpose. At the end of the seventh month, the child is moved by the bodily air and does not remain in the same place. For the entire uterine system becomes slackened before delivery. The worms have been described here as Sodara. Sodara means born of the same mother. Since the child is born from the womb of the mother and the worms are also born of fermentation within the womb of the same mother. Under the circumstances, the child and the worms are actually brothers. We are very anxious to establish universal brotherhood among human beings, but we should take into consideration that even the worms are our brothers. What we spoke of the other living entities. Therefore, we should be concerned about all living entities. Very nice purpose. Yeah, in the 7 month and consciousness will develop and down to by the air and praise the embryo during the weeks preceding delivery. So there is only one thing we have to know that at the time of baby birth, like at the same time many wombs also take birth. And they are also our brotherhood. They are also our brother. That means we don't have to think other living entities for purpose of our sense gratification and we can feel and eat. No, even though worms, they are our brotherhood. I'm not talking about the other human being and other species of the life. So, Sahodara, Sodara, Sahodara, Sahodara. Oh, she is my Sahodar brother, Sahodar mother. We used to say Sahodar, Sahodara. In our country, yeah. Uh, Some of the people are just making brother and sister for their just some condition. They just making by only same, but not Sahodara. And some of them is Sahodara. That means I have many brothers and sisters, but Sahodara only we are four with one mother. That is called Sahodara. But same time, many of drums also came, took birth. That's why they are also our Sahodara. That means same abdomen from the womb of the mother, they also came out. Sahodara. नाथमान 11 नाथमान ऋषिभूत सप्तभद्री कृतांजलि स्तुतिवा तम क्लवया वाचा एनोदरेर्पिता. The living entity in this frightful condition of life bound by seven layers of material ingredients, praised with folded hands, ap- appealing to the Lord who has put him in that condition. See, Nathamanam Rishibhita Saptabhadri Gitanjali, folded hands, with folded hands. Prutivam tam Pikravaya Mata Niudharid Pitaha. It is said that when a woman is having labor pains, she promises that she will never again become pregnant and suffer from such a severely painful condition. Similarly, when one is undergoing some surgical operation, he promises that he will never again act in such a way as to become diseased and have to undergo medical surgery. Or when one falls into danger, he promises that he will never again make the same mistake. Similarly, the living entities, when put into the hellish condition of life prays to the Lord that he will never again commit sinful activities and have to he put into the womb for repeated birth and death in the hellish condition within the womb. The living entities is very much afraid of being born again. But when he is come out of the womb, when he is in full life and good health, he forgets everything and commits again and again the same sins for which he was put into the horrible condition of existence. That means mother also thinking that I am not going to be given the another child. At that time, just it. She is also thinking, and living entity also thinking the same thing. And he pray, oh Prabhu, the humble folded hand, who put it in put it in this condition to me. He wants to know that. But after coming come out from the womb of mother, and then he forgot. And whatever and the good health and good body, everything is not become by this wombs, all these things. And then everybody just love the baby, and he thinks that, oh, here the good place. Now I am become, but still again they are just going to the suffering. Yeah, this is the special thing. Medical surgery and other things. Oh no, I don't want to anymore. Disease like drinking, drunkard people. They drink lots, and doctors say, oh, if you drink anymore, and you will be die within certain period. And still they are doing same thing. And smoker people also same thing. Yeah, I know. Example of my father. Doctor getting if you keep doing smoking, and then you will be finished soon. Just stop, and your lifetime will be some year can expand your lifetime. But he didn't give up smoking, so he gone. So same thing is terrible condition. Nobody like to do surgery, but they forgot that pain, and again they start to enjoy with their varieties of things they're using and sense enjoyment. They cannot control the sense enjoyment, and then they are again suffering. Same as that child also suffering at that time, and he thinks, oh, I don't want to come again this horrible place and this circle of the birth and death. But if he again he commits sinful activities while he is thinking I am healthy, strong, everything, and at that time they are not doing devotional service. That's why Prahlad saying acharat pragyam, dharman iha. That says all the religious principle have to follow by the childhood. That's what the talking about. Otherwise, I have to go through this all condition. After pretending, there is just seven layer of material ingredients. भूमि अपनो लोभायो खम मनो बुद्धि रेव अहंकार इति मे भिन्न प्रकृति रस्तः. There's eight types of, no, one is safe, is same body. And appealing is just appeal to the Lord. Please, who put me in this condition, please save me, save me, save me. Is the same, but nobody come to save me because he after get out from the just come out from this womb and he forget everything. So again he start to commit sinful activities. And who read the shastras and follow the path of the shastric path and following the instruction of the guru, and they can cross this material suffering. Otherwise, no way. Uh, that's the Prabhupada saying. Just make this life his last life. Please do that. For that, have to do many, many things. 12th chapter also talking, Bhagavad Gita 12th chapter also talking same thing. 13th chapter also talking about same thing. In ahimsa, truthfulness, non-violence, udara, udara means merciful towards others, and open-hearted, nothing else inside. Ajata satrava santa, ajata satru, no enemy anymore, even though whole living entities. So then they can purify themselves. Otherwise, ichha dvaisa. That means desiring something and eliminates the others and have to come again. So we have to try for that. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran ki jai. Shri Prabhupada.